Good evening, guys. What's up? I hope you're doing really great. Okay, today I'm meeting with you through this mean in order to continue with the last part of our phase 4 in Instruimos. Okay, throughout the year we have been working on the different phases. Today, before finishing the academic year, the intention is to finish with the phase 4. We're gonna have different topics that most of the time we have worked during classes. So guys, remember, recommendation, take notes in order to have evidence of this process. And let's start with the future perfect, okay, my dear students? So for question number 1, attention, because it is the moment to start, okay? In here, we have a short text. We have to observe what is the blank, and we have to select the correct answer. So it says, by the time I'm 21, graduated from the university, and considering the possible options that we have, will have, I'll have, I have will, and have will, considering the options, I would say that the appropriate answer is B. Let's take a look at it. Perfect. We were right in our analysis. Now we can continue with the second question, that is 25. In 25, we are supposed to find the accurate answer for the blank number 2. And in that blank, we have, by the time I'm 21, I'll have graduated from the university. I'll have get married. Yes. So in here, what is the correct answer there, guys? Okay, remember that in here we have two. When we have the future perfect, when we use the verb after the use of will, that verb is used in present progressive. So the only option that we have in here that is presented in present progressive is A. Let's take a look at it and let's check if we are wrong or right. Perfect, we were right. Okay. That's good. So in that way, we're gonna finish with the first two questions. Let's move on to the 60 and 61. And in here, okay, I suppose there is something wrong in here because it is the same question than before. It is the same piece of information. So let's do this quick, okay? B is the correct answer considering the analysis we made before. So let's cross quick through these. Perfect. Now let's continue with number 4. That I suppose is gonna be again the second part of the situation. So in here, as you know, after the expression of the future, in the future perfect, the next action is in past progressive. Sorry, is in past participle. So in here, again, the correct answer is supposed to be A. Let's take a look at it. That's nice. Let's continue now with the other units, my dear people. Okay, perfect. There we are. Let's continue now with the second part that says social networks. Okay, in social networks, we have one question. So let's analyze it. A website that allows people to show videos. Hey, people, what is the website that we normally frequent when we require or when we need to watch videos? Okay, viral communication, YouTube, Trend, Twitter, or Google. Normally, if our intention is to watch videos, I suppose the correct answer is gonna be C, making reference to YouTube. Perfect, we were right. So in that way, we can move now, yep, to the next category. And in the next category, we have world problems. Okay, let's analyze it. Let's take a look at it and let's move on to the world problems. Attention, we have this issue. We have to analyze what is the most accurate place where it's possible to observe that piece of information. And it says, carry your purchases in reusable bags. The options are in a restaurant, in a warehouse, in a supermarket, or in a church. Considering the options, I would say that the most accurate one there, it's maybe in a supermarket. Let me just take a look at it. If we were right or wrong. My goodness, how was this process? Let's just take a look at it. Perfect, we were right, guys. Now we can move to the next category in here that talks about the conditions. The conditional number three. Do you remember when we practiced those structures during classes? All right, so this is gonna be the fire test. Let's check how's everything going there. What if I'd done it rightly? That's the question made by a person, so nobody will let you know then. People couldn't stand their ground, or you would have passed the course. I try to get people to follow you. Hey, what is the correct answer there, guys? I would say that according to the text and according to the structures for the conditional tree, C is the right one. Let's take a look. Okay, let's check what is going to happen there. That's amazing. We were completely right. Let's continue now with the next category, that in this case is making reference to the cause and effect connectors. What are we going to find in here? Yes, when we're talking about causes and effects, yeah, we tend to use linking words or connectors. Let's analyze this issue and let's check what is going to happen. The bridge over the river is down. In other words, we can go home right now. Is that the correct answer? Let's continue with B. Therefore, we can't cross to the other side. Oh, okay. Is that the consequence? Due to the river simply falls down. The bridge, sorry, falls down. So maybe it's impossible to cross the other side. Let's analyze the two options. However, this is the best we can do. Or in D, we have there is not a single candy around here. I would say, considering the information presented, that B is the accurate one. Let's check if we were right or wrong. Dun, dun. Hey, perfect, guys. We are doing it great. Let's move on now into one of the last categories that in this case is making reference to adverbs and intensifiers. Okay, let's go for it and let's analyze it. Okay, let's go to the question 59. And in here we have, okay, we have an expression. We gotta look for the accurate answer. Okay, so it says, look at that car. I'm 20 years. That is not mine. It's my bike. It's very pretty. What is the correct answer there, guys? What is the correct answer, people, for you? Considering the situation and the four options, I would say that D is the accurate one. Let's take a look if we were doing the right analysis or not. Okay, we were right, guys. In that way, we will move on into the argumentative text. For this argumentative text, we have two questions. And I want to clarify, guys, that for example, when we talk about argumentative text, we can be talking about scientific facts, we can be talking about personal opinions, but the main intention of the argumentative text is to support and to present arguments according to a specific point. So let's check what is this moment going to show us, okay? Good, and here we have a better place, a place without alcohol. Look at it, they are gonna talk maybe about advantages and disadvantages of alcohol that I think in general are more negative, okay? Remember, the key for this kind of question is always take a look to the question before choosing the correct answer or before confronting to the text, okay? So in here, people says, this text mentions alcohol disorder in Colombia, the United Kingdom, the United States, or South Africa. Yes, guys, when you take a look at it, yep, we have to analyze that it's not necessary to read the full book, the full question. Yeah, in here, we can observe that there is a many Americans. If we take a look to a quick view over there, we can observe that is the only country they're mentioning. So from that perspective, I would say that the United States. Maybe when we listen to Americans, it's about generalization, but we tend to think about North American people when it should be about the people from the whole continent. But in here, I would say that American people are maybe the most accurate ones. We were right over there. So now let's move on to the last question, okay? In the last question we have, the author is trying to show his knowledge about America, expose a progressive problem, support people who drink alcohol, and encourage people to drink alcohol. Guys, if we analyze the text, a better place, a place without alcohol, immediately we can cancel the third and the fourth option because he's not trying to support, he's not trying to encourage, he's not even trying to show his knowledge about America. He's trying to present a big problem in today's cultures. That's why I would say that B is the appropriate answer. So let's take a look at it. Perfect, guys. We were completely right. Okay. So, my dear people, in that way, we finish another process that was these 4 phases about the Instruimos platform. Okay. Thanks a lot for your attention. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen and I'm gonna stop recording.